What's going on, guys? It's the Movie Dogs. It's me, Mr.OneTwo, and today we're going to be giving you guys a dog shot review on John Wick 4. All right, so here at the Movie Dogs, we review everything based off of a brewski system. So if your movie or TV show gets one brew, it was trash. If it gets five brews, it was dope. And if we dwell into the Blanton's territory, that means it was absolutely epic. All right. So today I got a special guest with me, my homie, the producer, Mr. Archie, in the background. What's going on, Arch?
That fucking nobody is John Wick. What's going on, brother?
Hey, nothing much, big homie. So glad to have you on the show, like always. This time it's a dynamic duo here together, you know.
That's
So
an honor.
hell yeah, man. So luckily, the producer with his many tentacles in the industry was able to get us a special screening pass on John Wick 4 last Monday. All right, so it was pretty hush hush, pretty strict. It was so strict they took all our phones away. All
Fuck
right,
yeah.
so that was a bunch of bullshit. We couldn't even tag each other. We couldn't do nothing. It was just like, yo, fuck y'all.
Yeah, they did it New York style, man. It took everything away.
Yeah, exactly. But a crowd of people came through. Luckily, me and Arch were there mad early. So you got Chad Stahaliski. I'm not even I know I butchered his last name. He's back at it. And fun fact, I didn't know about this, Archie, but the homie Chad was a stunt double in The Crow for Bruce Lee, for Brandon Lee.
I did not know that either. Holy shit. Learn something new every day. Wow.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So right to get off the bat though, we gotta give our condolences, to Lance Reddick. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Absolutely.
And, so that hit us all hard here at the Movie Dogs because Lance Reddick is a phenomenal actor, had phenomenal range, and had met Sharon on the John Wick series, but he's been in the game for such a long time. So it was very unfortunate that we lost him. So John Wick 4 is really dedicated to him. And the Movie Dogs give you a Blanton salute, good sir. Thank you for all the good memories. Thank you for playing Sharon. And may you rest in peace, Lance.
Rest in peace, man. He will greatly be missed. And I loved him in The Corporate, and he was in a couple episodes of The Blacklist as well. Had a honor to meet him on the set of John Wick 2 in New York. So yeah, he would greatly be missed.
Yeah, man.
Such a great actor. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So on that note, let's get to the brass tacks. All right, Mr. Keanu Reeves is back as the legendary John Wick, the Baba Yaga, and good Lord Almighty. I mean, we're not gonna reveal too much on this podcast because this is a spoiler-free podcast. But that being said, this movie, I have to say, Arch, probably in my top. Actually, not even probably. It is top three, if not my favorite action film of all time. Like,
That is saying a lot coming from
yeah,
you. Wow.
yeah, man. Like the one that's always held the top for me because of nostalgic reasons has always been Terminator 2
Of course.
and the Raid 2. To me, Terminator 2 and the Raid 2 are some of the most epic action films of all time. But this one, oh my gosh, man, like I was at a loss for words. I was jumping out of my fucking seat. You have such a killer's row of action stars from Donnie Yen, Scott Atkins, you got Hiroyuki Sanada, you got Lawrence Fishburne, just a plethora of great legendary actors and action stars. You also get new guys, with Shamir Anderson, who does a killer fucking job as the tracker, or AKA Mr. Nobody.
Nobody.
We also get Marcos Zaror, who plays he plays the right hand man to Bill Skarsgård, Marquise Vincent de Gramont. And Archie, you called it. You're like great fucking villain to start it off, man. Can you tell us what you thought about Bill Skarsgård the moment you saw him, like as a villain, how he set the fucking tone for the film?
Fucking amazing suits. Every scene that he had on the every scene with his like he wore a different suit in like in almost every different scene, but that was the first thing that caught my attention was like, damn man, this dude has some nice suits. You can't deny that. And the one thing I always preach to people about villains, man, what makes a great hero is it's their villain.
Yeah,
He absolutely kills it, nails it. It speaks so much to his acting skills as just playing just a villain role. He knows how to make the audience be like, okay, I want the hero to kick his ass so bad. And throughout the whole entire movie, that's what you're hoping for. You're just hoping like, oh man, I can't wait for Baba Yaga to get his hands on him. And every scene that he was in, man, you were just like captivated by his aura in the film.
exactly. I gotta agree with you. I mean, you can talk about fucking Pennywise right there. You know, Pennywise versus the Baba Yaga. Ain't that some shit right there?
Irony.
You know,
It's like, how'd you feel about it?
I loved him, dude. Like he immediately caught my attention immediately, especially how he set the tone, you know, right off the bat. I mean, with Ian McShane, you know, with Winston right there with Sharon. So when you guys watch this film, and I implore everyone who is a huge John Wick fan to watch this film, you're gonna see that this man sets the tone as a villain immediately. He wastes no time. He gets right to the fucking point, and you're like, oh shit, what can we expect from this badass motherfucker? You know, and he doesn't hold back at all with his resources, with everything that he has available to him. You know, I mean, he's a powerful member of the High Table, and he's using everything that the High Table has available to go after John Wick, like everything. And if you're not with him, you're against him. No mercy, you know. So I gotta agree with you, man. Bill Skarsgård killed it. I think, you know, he might have been probably the best villain of the series, but of course, number one will always be Yusuf because he killed the fucking puppy. You know, he was an
Ooh,
asshole. So fuck him. You know,
Game of Thrones.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, overall, enjoyed them. How about the action, Arch? How about, let me ask you this, man? Like, without saying too much to our fans or our listeners, what do you rate the action with John Wick for? Because that's what it's known for. It's legendary action. We have three films that just are fucking awesome, and now we get number four. So in that spectrum, what would you rate it compared to the other three?
This is hands down one of the best action movies I've ever seen. Like, and not giving it too much away, but it had some of the best like action sequences as far as the cars in the streets, that fighting sequence, the over the head shootout with the shotguns. You'll see that in the movie, and also in Oscar and the hotel, the first one, right?
Yeah.
So that action sequence alone, like it went on for like 20, 30 minutes, I think. That was some of the best like action sequence I've ever seen too. So this, yeah, no, this hands down out of all four of the JW series, this has to be like the best one in my opinion.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. To me, like you had mentioned, the Osaka, you know, Continental, that was completely fucking epic with the samurai armor, clamored armor with, you know, those soldiers, and um, the um, the scene in all the scenes in France, you know, or the circles at, and with all the cars and everything, and him using his judo and throwing his judo flips, fuckers, and on moving cars. But I gotta say, the over the head shot of him using that shotgun, that's what I was waiting for. Like I was like, I'm so spoiled by, you know, John Wick 2 and 3, with the shotgun, especially with the Benelli M4. Especially it was custom made by Terran Tactical. So I was waiting for the shotty. I'm like, where's the shotgun? Like this whole entire time, like you get the pit viper in that motherfucker, and that pit viper is gorgeous. And I'm waiting the whole time. I'm like, okay, this is all epic, but where's the shoddy? And not only do they satisfy me with the shoddy, but all I gotta say is Dragon's fucking breath. Oh my gosh. Like, it's not. It's already bad enough. You got a badass shotgun. I think it was like a 12 cartridge shotgun, like a 12, like the 12 clip or something like that. But then you add the dragon's breath to it. Oh, enough. It, you know the Oprah meme where she puts her hands up in the air and that's enough. I'm like that was me right there. I'm like, oh, that that right there just did it for me. I'm like epic movie boner. You guys won me. I'm gonna watch this film again in Dolby on Saturday, and I'm probably gonna watch it thrice and maybe quadruple. It all depends on my schedule because I'm very busy. But good Lord Almighty, that over the head shot, dude, was by far one of my most favorite action sequences. Yeah, I'd have to say I think that is probably tie with the Raid 2 when old boy's going ham on everyone at the facility, fucking everyone up. So golly, dude, this is just a fucking epic film, man.
And throughout that whole scene, I remember just like I was bumping elbows with you and Yana. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is so damn cool. And the very beginning, the Osaka scene, that was amazing. With Donnie Yen, giving props to
Oh
Lord.
yeah.
It's, you're like glued every time he was on. He was in the movie too. Everything he did was amazing.
Oh yeah. I have to agree with you. I mean, it's already bad enough. You got Donnie Yen in there, so you got the legendary Ip Man in the film, and he's a blind character. And his introduction to the action before he starts doing work, this motherfucker is sipping a bowl of ramen. Like, no, you did it. Like, you're really eating ramen before you're about to go ham on these motherfuckers right here. So I'm like, oh, you won me right there, because Donnie Yen, he plays Kane, and he's actually an old friend of John Wick. And of course, Bill Skarsgård's character Marquise, the Marquis, he recruits him to want to go after John Wick. That being said, how about the new character? I know we gave props to Donnie Yen, but I was gonna ask you, what did you think of the character who plays Mister Nobody, Shamir Anderson? What did you think of him, dude?
Oh, I loved him. He was actually one of the best characters in the movie as well. Every time he was on screen, you were glued and you were wondering throughout the whole entire film, like, man, I want to know more about this guy. Who is he? Like, yeah, and you come to find out that yeah, he's a tracker. He obviously loves dogs, just like John Wick. So you find out more throughout the movie, more about him. But it's we were first introduced to him. I was afraid that he was going to be like a fill-in character, but no, I was completely wrong on that one. He actually was actually one of the best characters in the movie. And the other one that I was like, that I had to give props to is Rena. She actually plays Akira in the
Yeah,
film, and she's in it for a good bit in the very beginning as well. But she to me stole the show, and she did amazing. And this is her first movie ever. What a way to start your acting career and to be in one of the John Wick movies.
gotta agree with you there. I mean, that scene where everyone was clapping for her, like everyone was clapping for her when she's literally like stabbing this motherfucker
Me
over and
included.
over and like climbing over him and making sure he's fucking dead. I was like, good night. Like she was like not playing any games. You know what I mean?
No, no, she was not. But yeah, she was awesome, and one and one of my favorite characters. Will I'm pretty sure we'll talk about him later. You pretty much already know. Like the I called him the John Wick's kingpin.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get too much away about him, but he was actually one of my favorite characters as well. One of the funniest characters in the movie.
Dude, for the longest, I didn't know Scott Adkins was in the film. I just remember seeing a plump guy. Then when I did more research, I was like, no way. They really put Scott Adkins in the fucking fat suit, you know, which to me is hilarious enough because I'm like, I mean, he's Scott fucking Adkins, like he's like played so many legendary action characters and you put him in a fat suit and you hit it right on the money, dude. He's literally like the kingpin in the underworld, So, dude, his act, put it like this, everyone who's listening to us, he steals the fucking show every moment he can. And good fucking night. Does he did a good job? Like you're just blown away by his performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's the moment he comes on screen, he's another character as well that you're like, okay, I want to learn more about him. What is going on? He is definitely the kingpin of this world. To me, man, like the whole high table biz, man, it's like the Illuminati and the John Wick. So you're trying, like, I love the fact that with each movie that we go along, we're learning more about the high table and like basically the underworld of John Wick.
Exactly. Like they keep. I like how they in every single film they keep expanding on the in the universe, and you learn more and more in every film, and I really thoroughly enjoy that. And now that they've announced that they're doing, the ballerina, which is a runoff of John Wick with Ana de Armas, who will be playing one of the female assassins from where John Wick was raised at, like that's going to be very interesting in itself. And I can't wait to see that. And I know the director says he's going to be taking a break right now for John Wick 4. But I know they're going to be expanding. Like I think they're coming up with a TV show, The Continental.
The
So
Continental, yeah.
that's going to be awesome, with a young, who I don't know who's going to be playing Ian McShane's character, so that will be interesting in itself. But I'm very curious about that myself.
I'm down. I mean, I'm down for both. Keep exploring, keep expanding the John Wick universe. I am down for it.
Exactly. I'm right there with you. So, without giving away too much, what was your favorite action sequence for John Wick 4, dude?
There is one shout out I had to give to. It is definitely the stunt people in this movie. Good
Oh,
lord.
yes.
It's attention to detail. It is the theme of this movie, I tell you. And man, one of the most memorable, I think, is the stairs. And I'm not going to give too much away from that one. But the reason why I say this, because the screening that we were in, every single person, every person in the movie theater was giving their reaction during that scene. And every time something went wrong, there were, that's the type of screening I love going into, is just hearing the audience's reaction to it. And that was definitely one of them. The stairs is definitely memorable. I love that scene. I don't know about you. How did you feel about it?
Oh my gosh. I like you said, dude, everyone in the movie theater was just cringing. And you're just like, yo, like that man doesn't need to be around any stairs anymore. And whatever stunt double or doubles did that for, respect for you guys, man. You guys are the real MVPs of this film because you guys go through the ringer and everything looks so realistic because everything looks so fucking painful, you know. And it's just
Yeah.
so bad,
They did, yeah. Whoever, oh my God, the stunt coordinator, the stunt team, they definitely deserve a raise, an award, all the above. They definitely deserve praise. And one praise I got to give out a shout out to too, man, is obviously Baba Yaga, Keanu Reeves. From 1 to 4, he just got, to me, gotten better and better and better. And you wouldn't even think that he's like, what, how old is he now? 57? Somewhere on there, right?
I believe so. I think he's getting close to his fucking 60s, dude.
Oh, he's
So
58.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I wasn't wrong.
I was going to ask, how about you? I mean, what was your favorite action?
I really have to admit, dude, that my favorite part was the above the headshot when
Oh,
John
yeah,
Wick
of
is
course.
just swarming on everyone, with his gun and with the shotgun with the dragon's breath. That to me was shot so beautifully and so dope. It reminded me of Contra when I was a kid, when you had the parts when you would have to shoot where it was instead of you seeing him run sideways, the parts where you would see them fight upwards, like above the head. And that reminded me of Contra. I was like, yo, that's Contra right there.
Yeah,
Like,
good comparison. It
like
also reminded me of Gears of War as well.
yeah, you know what I mean? So just that the way that was shot, man, I was just like, good night. That is my favorite action sequence of the film. And it took my breath away, literally. And I mean, fucking dragon's breath, dude. That's all I gotta say is dragon's breath, like
And also to give props to everybody that was part of that scene as well. It also had a memorable tracking shot for a good minute. And that's really, really freaking hard to do. I can't even imagine doing an overhead shot and going through all the motions of doing that in the tracking shot. It's so unbelievably hard. But like I said, props to the team that came out with that for sure.
Like, the people who make these John Wick films, man, and I think anyone who gets associated with it, actors and stuntmen, it's a genuine love for the action genre, a genuine love. And you could fucking feel it. And it's so freaking awesome that, you know, I I can't even describe how much like I said, I love this film so fucking much. I love the series. Like, I've never I can't tell you, dude. To me, John Wick is the best action, like, quadrilogy, I guess you could say, of all time. Because number one
Yeah.
is good, number two was my favorite, number three was good, and number four just blew me the fuck away. So I guess, like, every single film to me just goes higher and higher and higher. And number two was my favorite. Number four now is definitely my favorite.
Ooh, I would say I'll probably say four as well. Yeah, I got to see it again. I can't wait to see it again in Dolby, but for sure, it's one of the best times I had at a screening. I'm conflicted with two and four. Obviously, part one is a classic. It was such a simplistic storyline that came out to be like one of the best action movies we've ever seen. Two, just obviously expanded on the mythology of the High Table and everything. Three, yep, even further. Four was, man, just when they say, you know what, how can we top ourselves from the previous ones? They did it every single time.
I have to agree with you, man. I have to agree with you. So right off the bat, right now, let me ask you, Arch, how many brews do you give John Wick 4?
I was thinking about this all week, and I can't wait to watch it again. I would say five. It definitely deserved the Blanton Award. Definitely deserve it. I would say definitely five.
I've never done this before, especially for an action film, but or any film actually, since we've been doing the ranking system. But I am gonna have to say that John Wick 4, salute you. I give you five fucking Blantons.
There you
Uh,
go.
yeah, that's my first five Blantons ever. To all the listeners right now, don't wait. Don't wait for it to be on Redbox. Don't wait to stream it. Go watch it epically on the big fucking screen. All right. So, I
Yeah,
highly recommend it. And, I think you guys will be in for a fucking treat. We're not going to reveal too much. Maybe we'll come back and do another review on this, probably with the other guys, round up the crew and see what they thought about it as well, with more spoilers involved. But the action is top fucking notch. Don't go into this film, like I said, like expecting some fucking, over exaggerated type of acting and all this stuff, trying to compare it to, Parasite or some shit. This is an action film. All right. So I give it five Blantas because I enjoy action, and action in its own genre. It needs to be respected because that shit is fucking hard. Like Archie said, respect for the crew who made these films, because these films are not easy, especially the locations that they're at as well. They're traveling internationally. You have to accommodate to so many things, the training involved, the prep work. So my respect for Chad and his whole entire crew and everything going on, regarding this film. Like Arch said, he's gonna be watching it a few more times. I'm gonna be watching it. So pretty unanimous. You got me and Arch right here giving it pretty much, solid as Blanton's bottles.
oh yeah.
So that's very rare that we do that in the movie dogs. And once again, much respect for the crew. Rest in peace, Lance. You will be missed. Do you have anything else for our listeners, Arch?
Just watch this movie either in IMAX or in Dolby. This movie deserves the highest quality that you can give it. And yeah, it definitely deserves Dolby or the IMAX treatment for everyone.
Agreed. All
Yeah.
right. So on that note, it's me, Mr. 1-2.
And this is the producer.
All right. So, we're here we try to do a review as much as possible, but please go check out our other brother and sisters in arms in the podcast world. We got the folding list. We got the Sandusky's Talk Shit, the Nightly Binge, and we also got the Dirty Rotten. Um,
Casuals.
what is it again? The Dirty Rotten what?
30 rotten casuals.
There you go, casuals. I even forget myself. We got so many podcasts, fraternities that it's not even fucking funny anymore. So, on that note, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys could check all of us out, all these podcasts on Spotify, on Podomatic, on iTunes, on Apple, the whole 9 yards, right? Check us out on YouTube as well. So, until next time, guys, it's me, Mr. One Two,
And this is the producer.
and we'll holler at y'all next time. Yay, yay.